I'm going to go through a few different movements and describe the joint that they affect as well as their movement and the planes and axes that are involved. So to start with, I'm going to begin with the shoulder joint or the glenohumeral joint and describe abduction and adduction as I move my arm away from the body and bring it back down. This movement is along the frontal plane and sagittal axis. An example could be jumping jacks. Still focusing on the shoulder area, more specifically the shoulder girdle and the scapula there. One movement would be punch. A punch would demonstrate protraction of the scapula, and this movement is along the sagittal plane and frontal axis. To demonstrate retraction would be any kind of lat pull down, and that movement would be through the frontal plane and the sagittal axis. That would be retraction of the scapula as you pull yourself up, or you could use a lat machine at the gym. Next we'll do the lumbar spine and lateral flexion. So any kind of side bending movements would demonstrate lumbar lateral flexion, and that is moving through the frontal plane and sagittal axis. Knee flexion and knee extension. That movement can happen if you use a leg extension machine at the gym or kicking a soccer ball. So when I bring my leg back to wind up to kick the ball, it's knee flexion, and when I extend to kick it, that would be knee extension. So then this here is my tensegrity model. I use popsicle sticks and elastic bands. Tensegrity would be synergy of force, so that I guess the concept is that the force applied to one area of the structure is going to affect the structure as a whole, whether it's tension or compression. One area doesn't act alone or is only affected by the tension or compression that is being applied. You can think of the sticks as bones and the elastics as our myofascia, and whenever I pull on one side, you can clearly see that the other side is affected. In human movement, for example, doing something like a squat, for example, even though people assume it's just a leg workout, there is tension in your core and your upper body to perform a squat properly, and that's where the whole tensegrity comes in. With force, tension, or compression is applied to one area of the body, it affects the entire area as a whole.